Yeah.
She's so confident. Exactly. I think that's so telling how confident she is to just say, I have no qualms lying to the director, taking control of their movie, pulling the rug from them.
She has made herself into the new Amber Heard. And now he's going full Johnny Depp on her to show that she was the bully. She was the one harassing him.
That she became uncomfortable with Justin Baldoni yesterday while she was filming. She states that Mr. Baldoni put his bare hands on her backside and said that he was trying to help her with her posture. Complainant immediately voiced her displeasure with being touched on an intimate part of her body, and Mr. Baldoni responded with, "It's fine. I'm totally hot for my wife," in a dismissive tone.
They just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. That wasn't fulfilling for me. Be a part of the narrative in the writing and the costume design and creating the character. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that.
Well, I actually knew of the film before I knew of Colleen's book, which is, I know, a unique entry point, but I think because I just have 1,000 children, I, have missed all of pop culture. Her significant impact in the world of books. I mean, so many of her books are on the New York Times bestseller. I mean, it's crazy.
She admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name. They released the cut of the movie. He didn't even get to see it. He was the director of the film, the producer of the film, the guy who got the rights to the film, the one who's supposed to be in control. He didn't even get to see it. He was in the basement at his own movie premiere. Her husband are bullies.
I believe the court date is set to be, like a year from now, like next March or something like that.
Justin says that Blake was determined to make him the real-life villain in her story because she wasn't doing well on the promo tour for the movie. It was very tone deaf. Her hair care line wasn't doing well. She was trying to sell booze while talking about domestic violence. Justin says the war between himself and Blake really started in May 2023 when they started shooting the movie. He claims that she was organizing a takeover strategy.
You will not believe what just got unleashed in the Hollywood rumor mill. The stakes in Justin Baldoni's colossal $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have skyrocketed. And guess who might be the next big name roped into this legal circus? None other than Hugh Jackman, Mr. Wolverine himself. The mere mention of Jackman's involvement has sent fans into a frenzy, questioning everything we ever thought we knew about the squeaky clean images of these A-listers. Are we about to witness an explosive turn of events that will shatter the friendliest friendship in Hollywood? Or is it all just a cunning publicity stunt to keep everyone on their toes? One thing is certain, people are demanding answers, and they're demanding them now. Justin Baldoni has always branded himself as the guy who promotes vulnerability, empathy, and heartfelt connection. Yet here he is, launching a stunning $400 million claim, accusing Lively and Reynolds of defamation. Many fans are left scratching their heads. Why such a staggering sum? Has Baldoni gone off the deep end? Or is there something so serious that he believes this gigantic price tag is justified? According to rumor chasers, Baldoni claims he was made the butt of jokes, ridiculed in alleged text messages, and even mocked in coded references by Reynolds' so-called comedic genius. Baldoni apparently wants revenge. He wants to be compensated for the blow to his reputation, which he insists is no laughing matter. When a lawsuit's number is that big, you have to wonder if real reputations and real careers are on the line, or if someone is simply trying to teach an old friend a painful lesson. And it gets even juicier, because as Baldoni pushes forward, he's calling in big guns to testify, and that includes the unstoppable Wolverine. But that's just the start. This fiasco runs deeper than a single lawsuit. Ryan Reynolds is that comedic charmer everybody adores. He's the snarky, quick-witted star whose social media banter with his wife, Blake Lively, has made them the ultimate their couple goals. However, behind that glimmering public image, rumors are popping up about a man who allegedly uses jokes like daggers. Baldoni's complaint paints Reynolds as crossing the line from playful to downright cruel. The biggest point of contention? Something called nice pool. The rumor is that during production meetings for Deadpool and Wolverine, Reynolds came up with a cameo or reference that would lampoon Baldoni, playing off the notion that Baldoni is too nice or too soft. This comedic jab apparently burned so fiercely that Baldoni decided to pursue legal action. Some fans think it's an overreaction. Others claim Baldoni is justified because he's fed up with being a punchline among Hollywood's comedic golden boy. And guess who might have been aware of these sly jabs the whole time? That's right, Hugh Jackman, who stands in the crosshairs of having to spill the details. But let's not forget the third party at the heart of this drama, Blake Lively. Blake Lively has a spotless reputation for style, philanthropic efforts, and a hilariously candid relationship with her husband, yet the lawsuit claims she isn't innocent. Word on the grapevine is that Lively may have contributed to, or at least approved, some of the comedic potshots aimed at Baldoni. Did she openly mock him on set while filming It Ends With Us? Or did she stand by Reynolds in what Baldoni's team calls a coordinated effort to belittle him publicly? No direct smoking gun has been revealed, but Baldoni's attorneys keep hinting they have evidence. Fans have been left in a state of confusion, wondering if Lively's charming social media presence was a front for biting humor behind the scenes. Still, her supporters call foul, arguing that if Lively truly participated in any of this, there'd be more direct evidence. The tension is thick, but things get even more complicated once we introduce the biggest cameo rumor in all of this: Hugh Jackman stepping into the courthouse. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have that famously entertaining frenemy relationship. Fans adore it, studios love it, and it's spawned countless social media jabs that keep both actors front and center. Now, the rumor swirling is that Baldoni's legal team wants Jackman's deposition. They suspect Jackman may have heard Reynolds brag about tormenting or mocking Baldoni, or at least witnessed questionable behavior on set. Is Jackman simply being asked to provide harmless insights? Or is Baldoni's team convinced Jackman holds the smoking gun that could destroy Reynolds' comedic empire? If the rumor proves true, we might see the unthinkable: Wolverine forced to pick a side. Can you imagine the tension if Jackman were to confirm that Reynolds used Deadpool and Wolverine references to systematically belittle Baldoni? It would be a meltdown of epic proportions. Of course, Jackman might also do the opposite, defending his longtime pal, painting Baldoni as the oversensitive antagonist. In either scenario, the big question lingers: is this epic Marvel buddy duo about to crack under oath? Now, let's stir in Marvel Studios, the billion-dollar juggernaut that usually stays as far away from scandal as possible. On the surface, Marvel seems like it has nothing to do with this circus of a lawsuit. But dig just one layer deeper, and you'll see why people are whispering that Kevin Feige himself might be sweating bullets behind those signature ball caps. This isn't just a petty fight between actors. This is a war brewing just as Deadpool and Wolverine, arguably the most anticipated Marvel release since No Way Home, is preparing to blow up the box office. If there's one thing Marvel doesn't play with, it's its brand, especially when it comes to keeping its multiverse of actors squeaky clean in the public eye. And now, one of their golden boys is being dragged into court over a joke? That's the exact kind of chaos that gives Marvel executives ulcers. The center of the storm? A character named Nicepool. According to insiders and entertainment gossip sleuths, Nicepool was either a cutscene, an inside joke, or, if you believe the rumors, a not-so-subtle jab at Justin Baldoni's persona. The kind of clean-cut, empathetic guy who talks about emotional growth and spiritual healing in his spare time. In other words, the total opposite of Deadpool's raunchy, chaotic energy. If Reynolds really did sneak in this Nicepool character as some sort of passive-aggressive caricature of Baldoni, then Marvel suddenly finds itself entangled in a lawsuit where one of its own projects is being used as a weapon. No wonder they've gone silent. Marvel hasn't made a single official statement. No press releases, no clarifications, nothing. It's complete radio silence, which only makes fans more suspicious. Because this isn't just about Reynolds anymore. The whispers suggest Marvel is doing everything in its power to manage this, behind closed doors. Executives allegedly don't want to draw more attention to the case by commenting, fearing that anything they say could spark more legal chaos, or worse, pull the studio into the legal spotlight. And let's be real, Marvel can't afford another scandal. With recent films underperforming and the multiverse saga struggling to keep momentum, Deadpool and Wolverine is their golden ticket back into fans' good graces. The very last thing they want is a behind-the-scenes feud exploding in the press, while Deadpool is supposed to be cracking jokes on screen. So what now? Could Marvel be gently pushing Reynolds behind the scenes to squash this lawsuit before it becomes a marketing nightmare? Word on the street is that phone calls have been made. Not public, not on the record, but let's just say, allegedly, some people in high places are strongly encouraging Reynolds to put a lid on this fire before it spreads. But what if that fails? Because here's the real danger. If any part of Baldoni's claim that Nicepool was an intentional dig is proven in court, or worse, if Marvel knew about it and let it slide, then this isn't just a Reynolds problem. It becomes a Marvel problem. Suddenly, their reputation as the studio that doesn't miss could be permanently stained by the perception that they let personal vendettas sneak into their films. That's not just embarrassing, that's catastrophic. Even more explosive is the speculation that Marvel might have known about Nice Pool before this whole lawsuit even began. Some fans believe the reason the scene or character didn't make the final cut of the trailer is because Marvel decided to quietly remove it after realizing it was a liability. If that's true, if someone inside the editing room recognized the risk and pulled the plug, then we're looking at a cover-up that's already underway. So, while Marvel may not be named in the lawsuit, make no mistake, they're in the crosshairs. Maybe not legally, but definitely in the court of public opinion. And in the age of viral backlash, that's just as lethal. Think about it. Reynolds is not just another actor. He is Deadpool. And if this gets any worse, if Jackman's testimony reveals even a hint of Marvel's involvement or passive approval, there will be fan fallout. Sponsors could bail, release dates could get delayed, and the entire Deadpool and Wolverine hype train could derail faster than Marvel executives can say multiversal damage control. Yet despite all this swirling chaos, the studio continues to act like everything's fine. No comments, no denials, not even a quiet leak to entertainment. Blogs to steer the narrative. It's the kind of eerie silence that feels less like confidence and more like calculated panic. The kind of silence that says, we're waiting to see how bad this gets. Meanwhile, fans and industry watchers are eating it up. Reddit threads are exploding. TikTok theories are spiraling out of control. And everyone wants to know, was Nice Pool a malicious dig that Marvel turned a blind eye to? Or was it just another edgy joke that landed in the worst possible way at the worst possible time? Because if Marvel knew about Nice Pool and did nothing, then we've got a brand scandal that could dwarf even the worst PR fiascos in recent memory. And with Hugh Jackman's name now swirling in deposition rumors, the tension is unbearable. If Wolverine is called to the stand and confirms that this Nice Pool mess was real, and worse, that it was deliberate, then the ripple effect will be massive. So while Marvel may be pretending it's not involved, make no mistake, this story has already touched their house. And if the cracks keep spreading, Marvel's whole PR fortress could start to crumble, all because one joke may have gone way, way too far, and just when you think the story can't get more insane, the hush-hush rumors of leaked voicemails and contradictory statements start surfacing. What's in them? And who's about to be exposed next? If there's one thing that can derail Hollywood icons, it's leaked messages. Murmurs are swirling that Baldoni has audio recordings capturing behind-the-scenes jabs that would make your jaw drop. Some rumors claim these voicemails or text messages prove that Reynolds, with Lively occasionally chiming in, repeatedly mocked Baldoni's earnest persona. Others suggest the leaks are out of context and that Reynolds was simply refining comedic bits for an upcoming script. In the realm of he said, she said, it doesn't take much for an out-of-context line to be twisted into malicious content. At the same time, fans are hearing conflicting stories. Some say Baldoni was actually in on the jokes until something made him snap. Others say he tried to address it privately before going nuclear with the lawsuit. The tension is only heightened by the possibility that Hugh Jackman's testimony could confirm or deny these so-called secret tapes. Did Reynolds walk right into a trap, overconfident in his comedic dominion? If a meltdown is coming, it's going to be epic. Now we get into the meltdown territory. Hollywood insiders are whispering about heated phone calls and pointed text messages. Some say Reynolds was stunned when Baldoni took the step of a $400 million lawsuit. Others report that Lively felt blindsided by a friend she once respected. Meanwhile, Baldoni supposedly felt a growing sense of betrayal, convinced that behind the polished public persona of nice guy Reynolds lies a sharper, meaner comedic edge. If Jackman swoops in with damning evidence, we could see the entire dynamic shift. The comedic trio, Reynolds, Jackman, and Lively, might suddenly appear less squeaky clean, at least in Baldoni's narrative. Fans would be outraged, comedic brand deals might suffer, and there could be major repercussions on both the Deadpool and Wolverine rollout and It Ends With Us. Each side is ramping up for a scorched earth fight, and if any meltdown actually goes public, you best believe social media will feast on every morsel. So where does this entire fiasco leave us? On one side, we have Baldoni pushing a bold legal claim for a jaw-dropping amount of money. On the other, Reynolds and Lively may soon face the possibility of seeing their buddy Hugh Jackman questioned, under oath. Marvel stands on the sidelines, hoping this meltdown won't cast a shadow over their comedic juggernaut. And the fans? They're perched on the edge of their seats, trying to decide which side of these swirling rumors rings true. Will Hugh Jackman's rumored testimony rip open the behind-the-scenes manipulations once and for all? Or are we witnessing yet another Hollywood tempest in a teacup, destined to fizzle out with nothing but comedic shrugs and half-hearted apologies? If there's one lesson to be taken from this dramatic affair, it's that not everything in Tinseltown is what it seems. The public might see a carefully curated image of humor and harmony, but the rumor mill suggests a far darker and far more combative reality. Whether Baldoni's bold stand will tear down that comedic empire is anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure, if the cunning manipulations are real, then the day of reckoning is almost here, and Hollywood watchers are impatiently waiting to see who wins, who loses, and who walks away unscathed in the ultimate star-studded showdown.